Oh, so like I said, everybody should be able to hear me, and I am here. We're just going to start off with a quick review of the trade I did give out to every single person on YouTube, and I gave out in the group as well. I gave it out in the group. Just move out of here. Go to here. And go to here. So a lot of people ask me all the time, I might as well start with this, and they're like, John, are you giving out free trades and stuff like that? I'm like, yeah, of course I do, when I have the opportunity to be able to. What I'm going to be doing on YouTube going forward is out of the trades that we're taking in the VIP group, I'll be picking one of them, one that looks like the best setup to me, whether it wins or loses. Obviously, I have no control over that. But I'll be picking out one of the setups and I'll be saying, look, this is a setup that we're looking at, and you have the possibility to take this trade. So I will be putting that setup in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory right here, which is in the free section in my Discord. And yeah, we'll be looking to see if you can catch some pips off of it. So usually I put in gold in here sometimes. Sometimes I put in indices as well. Well, I put gold in here more than anything, but I might put indices here and there. And at the same time, obviously, I'm looking to put one of these pairs. This is not something that's going to happen every single day. It only happens when the trade setup actually appears. If it doesn't appear, or I don't see anything that looks like it's any type of value, I'm not going to put it in there just for the fact of putting a trade in there so people can get a trade. I don't personally scalp the 5-minute time frame and stuff like that. I know there's a lot of people that are trying to make, $100, $200, $300 a day, all this stuff. I don't personally try and do that. I look for a better setup, win or lose, and I take that setup and I look to hold my trades. As I'm currently speaking to you now, I'm actually still in the sell on gold. I gave out almost more than a month ago now. I gave out the sell on gold, and I'm still in from, which one is this? Is this year? No, I don't think that's it. I am still in from this level here, basically on gold. So if we open this up, you can just see here, I'm still in from this level over here anyway, when it comes to gold. So I'm still in from there. I've been holding it since, yes, it's buying and selling and doing what it wants, but I've managed to catch this trade all the way down to this level here, basically. And that's more than enough pips for me. I was able to close out X amount of profit. It's not a problem. And this is what I do. People will see the type of profits that I'm posting sometimes, and they might be thinking, I'm getting this every single week. I'm not. What I do is, if it takes me 2 months to get this trade set up, it's fine. I'll wait 2 months and I'll take that trade on gold. But I know that I only have to look to enter gold maybe 3, maybe 4 times, if that. But the amount is going to give me in return, compared to, because obviously my stop loss is at a certain level, my risk management going forward is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I'm okay to even lose 1 or 2 entries and then still manage to catch a good enough swing trade on gold. So of course we'll go through gold in this video at some point, but that's what I do. So with all that good stuff set out of the way, because I know a lot of people are looking at that, yeah, if you've got any questions based on anything like that, anybody at the moment, before I go into anything else. You can type, or you can say that you'd like to speak, is no problem. You should be able to unmute yourself. I just made it that in mute, so upon entry. If you do have any questions. If you haven't got any questions, then I'll just get back into it anyway. So yeah, as we can see, fantastic trade on Gbp Jpy. It didn't respect our entry at first, which was when we had the 1 hour time frame entry. Well, not yeah, to be fair, it was the entry. Our entry was based here at first. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. So we was going on the, the guidance that, of course, price was on a low level based here, and we can see it was on another low level that it was coming up to here. So then we was expecting the market to respect from the break and the retest towards this level here. Now, what they did is twice now. This is what they can do sometimes. This is a triple bottom setup. Instead of being a double bottom, it was a triple bottom. It happens. You can't be upset about these things in Forex. And I think a lot of beginner traders need to understand this. You have to stop. You really have to stop thinking you're going to win every trade. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. You're going to lose trades. Doesn't matter how good of a trader you think you are, how perfect someone claims a strategy is, you will lose trades. You have to just deal with it. So I gave this trade out the first time it was here. This was a trade that I was looking to take in VIP. Usually we get a nice breakout, and we had a nice retest towards this area. Obviously we see there's a huge buy area. So of course there was a nice chance that this could it could buy again, basically. And price managed to do a manipulation candle, and you can see from here, they tried to buy it up. They did like a doji candle, I would pretty much say here, and they did a reversal to break price action again. So what happened is this level actually never held, and we can obviously see from this candle break right here. So as soon as you saw this candle break, it was literally telling you, you know, game over from there. And this is from a 1 hour time frame perspective. So they started to push it all the way down. Some people actually held this trade in the VIP group. I don't know if anybody else outside of it did. Some people actually held this trade, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to wait for a new entry, because sometimes when they do this type of break and they go down, they can just keep selling from there, like what we're seeing with the GBPs, the JPYs right now. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm not going to be, you know, try and hold myself in the trade just in case it does do exactly what the JPYs do. So I just came out of the trade there. It's no problem. And then I looked for another re-entry, which I gave to everybody else again, right over here. And we saw a very similar turn of events. They did the same exact thing. So they actually took us out of this trade right now. And they did it again. Look, you can see straight away here, boom, they broke the level again. I think that was in London Open. Was it? No, it was New York session. They went to go break it. Yeah, that's, you can hold it from the bottom. That's what I mean. I know probably you did, Chan. Yeah, that's great. And again, it's because you're just accepting the fact that you're either going to win trades or lose trades. That's why you're still holding. And obviously it's paid off for you now. I saw that you posted profits. So nice one on that one, mate. Very nice one. So again, literally they broke the level here again. And, you know, this is an issue that traders have a lot of the time. Yes, you can hold trades. Of course you can. It's not a problem. But at the same time, a lot of beginner traders need to realize that, especially if they're over leveraged, sometimes you've got to let trades go. Just let it go. Doesn't matter, because if your stop loss was tight enough and you come out here, you come out here. Now look what this trade has actually done over here when you was right. So it took 3 attempts for you to win this trade. But now we're seeing a trade that's over 200 pips on this trade. And ideally, if you came in from, this was the support level that's been here for a long time now, this weekly level of support here, you can see that ideally you could have had, even if you gave yourself, you know, be realistic with what you're trying to achieve here from the target levels, you know, if you gave yourself a 50 pip stop loss, there you go. So you still would have been in this trade. So let's say you lost this one. I think this one was like 35. Let's just call this 50 pips, 50 pips. So you lost 100 pips, but now you're up 200 pips. So you've actually made 100 pips on this trade, catching it from this level going all the way up. And of course, as you can see, it's hit the 2 target levels that were marked out from, I believe it was the daily time frame. I marked them out anyway. It was the 4 hour actually. So I just went just to show you. So I'm not just talking for talking's sake. It was a 4 hour time frame, a very clear setup, very, very simple Forex. And this is why I'm trying to do this a lot more on YouTube, because I know so many people want indicators for me to show them magical ways of how to trade with strategies. They love it. They love it. They love it. They love it. But I kid you not, people, and I tell my students all the time, anyone that's in here can tell you, I say, listen, if you don't understand how to trade price action, it doesn't matter what indicators you're using. You need to know how to trade price action, and then you put your indicators on your chart. And this is what I've been teaching a lot in my VIP service at the moment, is price action. And then I show them, okay, if you need an indicator, this is an indicator. But more than anything, it's price action and risk management. Those are the biggest things that traders need to just learn basically from the beginning. It'll get them in the game, it'll get them focused, and you'll see the sentiment of what the market's basically doing, the patterns it's creating. And this is another thing I've said to my students as well. So we've gone through a point right now where we've tried to take a few currency pairs, and we've had, I would say we've probably had about 40% win rate and a 60% worth of losing. Now, it doesn't mean overall for, you know, let's say going forward to the end of this month, you're going to be absolutely down in your account. Doesn't mean that at all. What it actually is just showing you that the market is in a lot of manipulation compared to how your strategy, you know, performs. Usually my strategy gives about 70% win rate on average, yeah? Now, we're in this period where you're seeing these types of things occur. It happens. It really does happen to you. And there's nothing you can do about it. The biggest issue we have at the moment is the war in Ukraine. You know, it's going to cause a lot of issues in the market. I believe we're seeing a lot of this with GBP USD and Euro USD at the moment. Those pairs are pairs I'm looking at for buyers as well. And we'll go through those pairs, you know, but it's the same situation that's seeming to occur. They're just consolidating price, and they keep pushing it basically back down to the lows, or creating new lows that we're seeing on the JPYs, creating new highs. Now, I said this, yeah, this is where it will break traders a lot of the time, and they're not realizing this from just simple trading. You've seen the breakout, you've tried to take the trade, you've lost the trade. You've seen the breakout, you tried to take the trade, you've lost the trade. All of a sudden, everything goes out of the pan. This doesn't work. There doesn't make sense, this strategy. I'm going to go find another strategy. I'm going to go jump to another group. I'm going to go jump to another mentor. I'm going to do all this type of stuff. You're not doing yourself no favors if you're doing that, because you won't be able to see anything in terms of trading if you don't trade it for a certain amount of time. And I kid you not, 30 days is not long enough. If you really want to know if a strategy works, any strategy, it doesn't matter if it's what I'm teaching or whatever you're doing, you need to be trading it for at least a year. So you can see through Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, how does your strategy fare in the market? You really need to be able to see that. So therefore, once you are trading the strategy that you do pick, you're going to be in a period where you're like, hold on a second. I know that I can leverage more on my account during these periods. Whether you're right or wrong, your data is showing you that you can do this. A lot of people have issues because they don't do this. They're expecting to come into Forex and they're expecting to be some type of geniuses in Forex within 1 to 3 months. You're kidding yourself and you're killing yourself, both of them. And you're killing your bank. More than anything, you're not even killing yourself. You're kidding yourself, but you're killing your bank account. That's what you're doing. It doesn't make sense. There's no point doing that. This game here owes nobody any favors. And what I'm trying to do in 2022 is be very blunt with the way I teach and with the way I explain Forex. It might come across rude sometimes, and I'm sorry if it does, but I have to come across blunt, because in the end of the day, we are all adults and we do not want to be losing money. We all have responsibilities, whether it's families to look after, whether it's mortgages to pay, it could be anything, you know, debts to clear off, it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, if I'm not straight to the point and blunt, then people are putting themselves in a fantasy type of attitude where they feel like they're all of a sudden, you know, maybe because certain things happen to them in their life, they believe they deserve the outcome of what Forex is supposed to give them. Forex is not promised to nobody. And now when it comes into risk management, when I'm talking to my traders nowadays, a lot of my VIPs, I'm explaining and teaching them that we trade with probabilities. So we don't care if this trade failed once, twice, 3 times. We just want to know at some point it will win. And we just want to know, even if so, when we take X amount of positions, because we take obviously different pairs as well, we're just working on probabilities. We're not working on the fact of, oh, is this a special strategy that John's teaching? Is, you know, is the fact of that the news has released at this time? And we don't work like that. All we do is work on right now is there's a 9 out of 10 chance I'm going to be able to win X amount of trades trading this way at the moment. That's a probability. This is how we trade. No emotions, just like that. There's a, this time when I, what is showing me on my data that there's probably an 8 out of 10 chance that I'm going to be able to do this. Now, when I'm explaining it this way to make more sense for you, I do this with prop accounts. So I'm teaching my students right now how to get prop trading accounts. And I'm telling them there's, you know, how we're breaking down the maths. I'm saying, listen, there's a 9 out of 10 chance you will be able to pass your prop account this time. There's a 7 out of 10 chance that you might pass it. And this is what we're seeing. Sometimes you're going to be in that bad simulation of how you can actually pass these accounts. Sometimes you've been a good one. So you can't go in there thinking you're going to be some great trader every single time. It doesn't happen. I'm just going to go to the question right now. Well, that and risk management. Well, that risk management and psychology. Yeah, definitely so. So I just want people to understand that, because a lot, obviously this is the free Zoom. My VIPs know this information already, but anybody that's in here for free, I know some people are going to start dropping off at some point and all of this. And I tell them all the time, when I do these free Zooms, you got to understand, you got to be ready to sit here. You got to be ready to listen, because you can go and look at all the fallacy of where everybody else and what they're jumping around in and showing you Lamborghinis and all of their Rolls Royce. They can do all of that if you want to. But if you want to come here and get straight to the point of information, no capping, you're going to see it right here. It's clean, it's to the point, and we're going over it. And that's what's going to happen here. Yeah. Don't go look at all these people that are making 1,000 in 1 second, because it's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. That's the truth of it. There are good periods and there are bad periods in the market. I'm going to show you one picture that will let you understand this. I'm going to get the picture separately and I'm going to show it to you. I'm even going to post it just so people can understand this. And I'm going to post it in the general group just so I can show people. People should know this already, but if they don't, I'm going to post it in the general group at one point during this Zoom. Please just remind me if you are here and you are paying attention for me to be able to post. In fact, you know what? I'll do it right now. So we don't have to go over that. I'll do it right now, because at the beginning, I know everybody's attention is here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to put the picture in the general group, and I'm going to explain it to you why people's psychology ruins them in the market because of this. So give me 1 second. I'm just going to stop the share and then I'm going to add the screen share. Let's go through here. Hopefully it comes up with good quality though. Hope. Okay, so right here is the picture. I'm gonna just, people probably see it in the general group right now. Share your screen. Yeah. All right, cool. So you can see this picture right here. We're going to go over this. I'm going to click into this right now. This is, I'm giving out this picture because it's not my picture. Somebody's created this picture. I don't even know where it's from. I've stumbled across it at some point, just like how I'm sure many people have different diagrams and stuff like that they've got from Forex. And the whole idea of this is it's not a strategy. So I want everybody to make sure they take that out of their head from now. It's not a strategy. It's not me telling you that, yes, this is the perfect strategy. This is how you should trade. This, no. Yeah. What this is teaching you that whatever strategy you do trade, the market has 4 phases. Again, I'm sure people are aware of this if they've come over basics of Forex, but some people ain't. So I'm not going to assume that. So now there's an accumulation stage, there's an advancing stage, there's a distribution stage, and there's a declining stage. It doesn't matter what time frame you look on, people. There are 4 phases in the market. You can go down to a 1 minute, you can go down to a 30-second. The higher the time frame, the better it is for you to be able to see these stages. If anybody is paying attention right now, you just saw the trade I gave you on GBP CHF. What stage do you, and not a VIP, because I've already gone over this with the VIPs. I'd like someone that's not in the VIP group. What stage do you think GBP CHF is at right now from what we just saw from that trade I gave out to all the free general public people? Now, yes, it is, but I would have liked someone not in VIP to answer that question because I want to see that the other general public, because this is more for the general public as well. So I want to see them. I know the VIPs, you're on it, and thank you very much. I appreciate you because that's how I know you're on it. I know you're on it. It's good. I trust you. I trust the VIPs are on it. I know they are. Don't worry about that. But I want the general public to be able to answer these questions when I give them out because I need to know they're listening. A lot of them are going to join this free Zoom, and I'm telling you, they're going to be, I'm straight to the point. They're going to be expecting me to say, yes, this is how you trade special strategy. You'll make £100 a day. No. We don't do that over here. Someone else might be doing all of that capping. We don't do that over here. We teach. And this is what happens. So people need to understand, again, there's 4 phases. What we can see when we go back to GBP CHF, it's now going into the advancing stage right now. This is what we've managed to catch. So it was just in a what stage? When we go back over here, it was just in an accumulation. So every single time we try to catch the advancing stage of this accumulation, but we've been wrong twice. But now we're getting into the position where it is going into an advancing stage as much as we can see. And because of all the manipulation that they did in the accumulation stage, this is why it's been such a heavy move to the upside for obviously the advancing stage right here. So just based on everything I have said there, has anybody got any questions just on that? Just while anybody's coming up with any questions or anything like that, I'm just going to be putting this in here. Cool. All right, so we go forward. So now I'm just going to start checking some charts. I just wanted to get that all out of the way because I believe a lot of people are going to obviously watch the Zoom, and you know how it usually is. They're going to watch it for 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden the attention span is going to go down the roof or down the pan, as we like to say in the UK, and they're not going to be watching no more. And I think it's important for people to understand that the biggest issue people have when they trade is they're worrying too much about trying to win every trade. You can't do that, man. Stop doing that to yourself. Nobody knows what's going to happen next. You really need to understand this. And that's where psychology does come into play. A lot of people struggle with psychology and expect people to teach you psychology. But the reality is, yeah, that for you to understand psychology in Forex, you need to trade long enough. That's one thing I can suggest. And for you to trade long enough, you start to realize that, hold on a second, no matter what I'm doing here, I'm not winning every single trade. You're not going to do that. You just have to enter a trade, win or lose. It doesn't matter. Just enter the trade, win or lose, see what happens. Guarantee you, if you just do that over a period of a year, you'd probably just be profitable anyway. That's what will happen a lot of the time. But too many people don't want to see it through. They're expecting to become profitable to that level they want quicker. The reason of this is too many people join VIP service and things like that. And they're like, okay, if I trade with £1,000 capital, how much money can I make in a month? Absolutely insanity to even think that. I can't even tell you how much craziness it is. You cannot tell someone how much they're going to make in a market we have no control over. It's impossible. You're lying to yourself. You're just lying to yourself. Why are you lying to yourself for? We have no control. None of us are sitting in government meeting rooms with people when they're making these fundamental decisions. And none of us are sitting in banks with Harry, the banker from the Bank of England, when he's pressing the button because he needs to buy his wife some new stuff. Yeah, nobody's doing that. Nobody's there with him. So how can anybody tell you how much you're going to be able to make in 30 days of trading Forex? It's not possible. Stop doing that to yourself. All of that is what's ruining your psychology, basically, and it's putting you in a position where you're expecting to get results from something with no expectations. It doesn't make sense. Don't do it to yourself. Whatever the market gives you is what it gives you. You're going to have good periods and you're going to have bad periods based on what I just showed you there. If you're a mean revision type trader, so basically mean reversion, type trader, basically, you're going to be in a position where this side of the market is going to make more sense for you. So people that scalp on lower time frames that try and take, obviously they try and trade off of all the highs and lows. So, oh yeah, price is that high. Let me try and sell it on a 15-minute chart. Maybe I looked at the 1 hour chart to do that. These are the people that are going to make the most money during these periods. When any pair they're looking at is in an accumulation phase. When it's in a distribution phase, same as well. But their strategy is going to start having a crazy loss ratio when it gets into an advancing stage on higher time frames, when it gets into a declining stage. This is where swing traders are going to win. This is why there is scalping and why there is swing trading. You've just got to pick one and stick with it. You're not going to know realistically. And I know it's going to say all this stuff here. Trust me, I've already tested all of that. It doesn't work exactly the same way. They're going to put a whole bunch of lines here and telling you, oh, when it's above the 200, you're still going to win and lose trades. You've just got to accept that. There's no perfect. This isn't the holy grail what I'm showing you here. It doesn't matter if you look at 100 pairs. Yes, it might do it 3 times. Cool. But then the other 4 times it could fail. The other 2 times it can fail. If you trade like that for the year, yeah, you can make money. But just based on how they're showing you in this diagram, you definitely have to be a patient trader. And you'd only make big money with huge capital trading like that, long story short. So, yeah, that is that out of the way. Now I'm going to go into just any other pairs. You know, one of them I was going to make a video on was GBP USD. So I've already marked this out from an old YouTube video, and you can see the levels are still being met here. If people actually, you know, again, people ask me all the time in this free group, they ask me, oh, can you give us trades? Can you give us trades, John? But are you even watching what I'm actually putting out there in the first place? If you was, you'd be able to make money off of it anyway, because this chart is on YouTube. It's been on YouTube for 4 weeks now. It's probably been inside the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory group for another 3 to 4 weeks as well. All of these levels are not levels that I'm drawing right here. They've been there for time. And again, I've expected it to come back to probably this level and look for a buy, and I wasn't wrong. You can see what they tried to do here. They did a massive impulse candle, but their decision was to bring it back down. So they said no. Then they hung around this level for a little bit. So they still managed to do what? We're seeing an accumulation right now. We're seeing this. Boom, 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 boom. It's just building up, ready for what? Most likely a huge breakout to the upside. Doesn't mean it can't sell, but the way I'm looking at it, because I can see from how it's managed to sell, it's found a support here as well, very strong support. Then this is most likely turning into a daily, weekly support now. There's a huge chance they can buy a price. We saw this huge buy off of GBP USD the other day, I think on Wednesday, the same way GBP CHF did. Why did we see it? You know, it's very simple, people. We saw it because of this massive buy for this level before. So obviously it's telling us that this is a level of interest right here in the market. This is a level of interest we need to pay attention to. So that don't skip it, pay attention to it. Another reason too many people are looking for all the trades in between these levels. Why are you doing it to yourself? Just why? Just stop doing it to yourself. Just wait for price to come to a key level, then look for a trade. You at least cut down your loss ratio by probably at least 25% if you just do that. I'm not saying you won't lose trades, but you'll cut it down. Just be patient. Just wait for it. Yeah, most likely. Maybe someone else was in on the job that day. It wasn't Harry. Maybe it was Paul this time, or Gary. It was Gary that was in. And he pressed the buy button by accident. And Harry came back and decided to sell it. He's like, what are you doing? He decided to sell it. That was what happened this time. So yeah, this is all you have to do. You just have to be very calm, collective, you know what I'm saying? And then you just wait. So, okay, I was wrong here. It's no problem. Now, if I wanted to, I could get a trade entry here. For me, the way price has been moving, I haven't entered this trade yet. I'm waiting for price to do what? And this is why I was going to give out this trade. I'm waiting for price to do the same thing. And isn't it ironic? Look where it's come back to. This is what you need to see when you come to price action. So you've got a TA, yeah, in place right now. You've got a TA, technical analysis, yeah. For anybody that's still here with me, I appreciate you that are the people that are here with me. And I'm telling you, anybody that stays with me long enough, I'm telling you from now, they're going to become successful traders, because they're going to cut out all the junk and they're going to just get to the point, and they understand how much time and effort I put into teaching people Forex. So we can see straight away, boom, it's gone from this level here, it's come up to this resistance. It's come back down to this key level here, which I already drew out, was letting everybody know, because this is a huge level. This was the Fed news that came out on this day. The Fed news itself, huge order, couldn't break this level. So this is obviously a key level here. Again, when it's come back to this key level, we've seen a huge, this is a 4-hour candle. This is a huge 4-hour candle off of this level. They've pulled it back in. Cool. They failed to break this level for hours, 4 hours. Each candle here is 4 hours. They couldn't break this level. Then obviously, eventually they did. Boom, boom. They brought it back. And eventually, obviously, right here, they did. It's cool. They went back down to this level. Now, what did they do? They broke it all the way back up into this level, because whatever they were doing over here was just a bunch of nonsense. So even you losing this trade, after you've seen this, this confirms to you that this level of support is a good level right now. I'm not saying they can't bring it back down here, but it's still telling you that this level over here is a good level, because what did they do? No matter how far they wanted to break it, they didn't break it back below this level. So you was not crazy for thinking to buy off of this support level. You just couldn't control the fact that they know what they're doing before you did. You can't control that. You just got to take it on the chin and move on, look for the next trade. So this is a trade setup I'm actually looking at the moment for a continuation of a buy. We can see that price is holding on this level right here. I'm going to go into that question in a minute. And we're going to go into the top down. Well, this chart's already done, so I'll leave it here. But anyone that's not done, I'll do my top down analysis for you to be able to see. So on a 4-hour time frame, you can see this is a 4-hour support. So I've got everything saved here. This is a 4-hour support. And all I'm realistically looking right now is for price to give me a nice bullish engulfing candle. Obviously, I don't want it this huge. Whenever it does a huge candle like this, it's a bit too ridiculous. You want it to just be like a candle, maybe like this, something nice like this. You zoom in for anyone that might not be able to see. So we want to see a nice 4-hour candle like this. If we see one like that, nice strong 4-hour candle, then you can look to take an entry for the trade on this level here for a continuation of a buy on GU. We're probably not going to see the market move to about Tuesday now, because it's bank holiday on Monday in the UK, as far as I'm aware. So we're going to see a lot of consolidated markets with possibly a huge breakout on Tuesday or Wednesday. Obviously, Tuesday being the first proper day the market is starting again. So ideally, you know, people are going to say, okay, where do you put your stop loss and stuff like that? Here's another huge factor. I'm going to go see this question first. Yeah. No, thank you very much. People will understand. Like, this is why I tell people it's impossible for me to teach this all on YouTube. People need to understand. Stop worrying about why mentors are charging for services. I have to say that, boy. It's killer. Too many people are like, why are mentors charging for services if they're making money in Forex? Man, I'm spending my time. I don't get to kiss my girlfriend. I don't get to I don't get to do all this stuff, you know, because I'm teaching people. I don't get to live my life. If I can't do all of that, come on, man. Scratch your brother's back, man. Like, come on. And I have to say the truth. Like, people have to be realistic. I'm not getting to do all this fancy stuff. I'm here teaching people. I'm trying to get you guys money. And you're telling me I should do it for free? Come on, man. Come on. Come on. So anyway, now you can see straight off of this level, we're just waiting for the candle to form there. Boom. This is a nice level. If you're looking at a level of where your stop loss can be, and this is me giving you a value stop loss. John, what do you mean by a value stop loss? This doesn't have to hold no weight. Why am I saying that? Give me 1 second. Put this here. So if I went down to a 1-hour time frame, you see what I'm saying there. Right there, boom. We go down to a 1-hour chart. We see this is a level of market structure here. Our stop loss will be here, and we want to put our trade long position. So let's just say we did enter, I don't know, let's just say this was the candle and we entered here. Yeah, we'd put our stop loss just below here. I say give it about 10 more pips. So let's just say we put on about 65 pips, just in case they want to wick this area. And then of course you'd be looking for your levels above like this. Boom, 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 boom. So you'd be looking for a level like this overall, whether it does that in a day, 2 days, 3 days, depends how much money they want to put in the market. But you'd be looking for a trade like that. Now, why I say this is a value stop loss is because you're putting your stop loss at market structure. People need to understand you can do value stop losses, but you have to have the right account size. There's a huge thing I realized with my VIP service at one point is that, you know, I was usually just giving out trades and letting people get on with it. And it's fantastic when we're winning trades. Everybody's going to show blue trades and stuff like that. But whenever you get to a period where you start losing trades because the market is not, you know, working with your strategy, then everybody's got different leverage on their account. So some people have got 1 to 30, some people have got 1 to 50, some have got 1 to 100, 500, 1,000, whatever. Another thing is people have got different account sizes. So if I'm having a bad spree and I'm losing 2 or 3% on my account, somebody else with smaller money is losing 30% on their account. So you can see the huge difference in this situation. So what I've told people and started teaching people is that you need to stop trading when people ask me these questions, like where should I put my stop loss? I already know that they're coming from a novice point of view in trading, because if not, you would realize that you need to put your stop loss to whatever value you can lose in your account. So if you're in a position, you shouldn't put your stop loss based on, oh yeah, my stop loss should just be 25, 30 pips. Okay, that doesn't really help you. What you really want to do is be saying, okay, I can only lose today 20 or 30 pounds. That's how much I can lose today. So if you are going to enter this one trade, your stop loss needs to be 20 or 30 pounds worth of stop loss in that direction. Whether that's 25 pips, whether that's 30 pips, whether that's 50 pips, that's what it needs to be. Do you know what that's doing for you people? That's capping your loss based on your overall projections of your account size at a certain number. All of this, when people want me to give them strategies, a lot of the time they ask me, can you give me a stop loss? I'm like, that don't even actually make no sense realistically, because you're going to start trading that, you know, in insane leverage. I'm not saying it's not possible to do it. Of course you can trade with a stop loss, but if you've got the right account size to do the stop loss I've put there, then it'll be fine for you. If not, you start losing. So you're basically losing what I'm telling you to lose rather than what you're willing to lose. I hope people understand what I'm trying to say there when I'm explaining it. And that's not going to work, because now you're not even probably comfortable when you take the trade. You're in the trade, it's moving up, down, up, down. You're DMing me probably saying, is the trade going into, is it going to keep winning? You're not thinking in a probabilistic mind frame. You're not thinking like that because you're looking at the trade too much now, because you didn't want to lose $7 or six. Yes, let's just call it $7. You didn't want to lose $7 in that trade. You only wanted to lose $3 today. But I've told you by putting your stop loss there that you need to lose $7 if you enter this trade. So you're going to feel obliged to enter the trade and lose $7 when you only wanted to lose 3. So realistically, you need to trade your stop losses no matter what strategy people are telling you. And this, I'm telling you this information. So even if you go to 100 different signal services, it's not the signal service that's actually ruining your account half the time. It's the fact that people keep trying to trade to whatever the signal service is saying. You need to trade any trade they give you to what you can lose in a day, not to what they're telling you to lose. I hope that makes sense for anybody listening. That way, when they are having crap trades, you're not actually losing more than you expected to lose. You're not losing what they're telling you to lose. You're losing what you expect to lose. So I hope that makes sense. But this is a clean trade setup for you right here. What I'm explaining to you right now is a very simple way you can trade. And I'm going to go over it again. It's in my YouTube video I just dropped before. This is why I didn't drop 10 videos. Very simple for people to be able to follow. Just follow the top-down analysis I gave you there, but I'll go over any other pair. So now I've explained, this is the trade setup I'm looking for. Of course, this is going to be on YouTube. The title of the video is going to be for Gbp USD buy trade coming up, but of course it's going to have whatever else homework or whatever else I decide to put in there. So now I'm going to ask anybody, because we're going into the next part of the Zoom, is there any pairs you want me to look at? Or is there any questions you have for me? If you want to speak, I can unmute your microphone, or you can do it yourself. Please do not be shy, because I don't have all the time to be doing these Zooms with the general public. So if you are here and you have taken the time out, ask the questions, because you're here to learn. That's why you're here. So please don't be shy. Gbp Jpy, no problem at all. We were looking at that in the VIPs as well, but we know it's not ready just yet. We've tried to take sneaky sells on it, but it keeps buying back up. Let me just go in here again and just do this for people. Yep, I'll go into Euro GBP soon. Hopefully you're liking the content that's coming out right now. I hope it's getting to the point. It's teaching you some things. I hope you're just getting it more than anything. Hopefully you're liking it. So let's go to GBP Jpy first. GBP. Let me just do this. There we go. Okay, GBP Jpy. You see, I marked out this trade. They just blew this trade into an oblivion. But what they did do, though, which is funny, again, you can see why the levels make sense that I'm marking out. Let's go to the monthly time frame. We're gonna mark this all out, and I'm gonna show you how to do the top-down analysis. We're trading. So what they did do, though, let's go to the daily time frame quickly. Look at this. They broke through this level, retested this level here. I did draw out. I can't even remember why I put that there like this, but perfect line. And then, yeah, just off of that retest at this level, that was another 500 pips. Crazy that. But let's go into monthly first. And what we're going to do, I'm going to do this so everyone can follow me. I'm going to zoom out because you need to zoom out. I'm going to look for my monthly support and my monthly resistance. Where is my monthly support? Where's my monthly resistance? I would say it's here, but the market's already broken this level right now. So this is how they caught everybody out. Right now, they're just doing a madness on this pair because they're just breaking everything. It's just breaking everything. So I'm just going to put one here now. This is my next level up. Why did you put it here, John? Clear as day. You can see that the market had a candle here. It closed right here. As I said in my YouTube video, I draw my support and resistance levels just to make it easier. So I've got it earlier than, I don't want it later because the price might not go to that level. I want it earlier so I can get any indications. I can set alerts on these levels or whatever. Now, I do it for my body of my candles, even if there's wicks. So right here, here's my monthly resistance. That's the next one right now. So that's a monthly resistance. Cool. Okay, and we can clearly see here's a monthly support right here. So we can see, look, one tap to this level, two taps to this level. So here's a monthly support. Now these are going to be huge supports and resistance levels in terms of the distance between each other because it's a monthly time frame, obviously. So monthly support right there. Cool. Now the next thing I need to do, make it easier, just go down into my weekly time frame. And then where are we looking at? So now we can look in a bit more closer. So I just want to see here. No, it's broken this one. So I can see the next weekly resistance is probably here, right here. And why can we see this? Price has pulled down. It's come back to this level. Obviously, it's sold off for this monthly level. But right now, I couldn't see this on a monthly time frame. But guess what? The same way I picked up this area here is the same way I can pick up this area on a weekly time frame now. Multi-time frame analysis. Even if you scalp, do this. It will make you start making money more than it will make you lose money if you do this. Trust me. Weekly resistance right here. And then boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. So that's my weekly resistance. Now, where's my weekly support? Now, I don't need to be drawing it all the way down here. It doesn't make sense because it's a weekly chart. I mean, again, it's going to take months for price to get anywhere. So realistically, my weekly support's right here because we can see price has been consolidating here on a weekly time frame. So my weekly support's right here. Let's just make this a bit more neater. We'll start from that one there. That's fine. And then we just go to weekly support. Right here. And then now I want to go to my daily time frame. And I want to start looking for some stuff. So right now, I don't even need to stress myself out too much because we can see prices obviously bought wherever I would have put a daily resistance here now. So I don't need to be putting all that stuff. But what I could do is do this because prices broke this level now. This is what I could do. This is me being extra with it now, you know, getting a bit sassy with it now. Now I'm like, yeah. I'm starting to see this. I'm feeling like a rude boy pit collector right now. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to turn this to a support right now because this is a resistance it was before. As we can clearly see, the market on the daily time frame has been breaking off of there. But now I'm like, hold on, this is a new support now. So I'm going to call this a support because we can clearly see from here and this daily candle, when we go back over to this level, our price is moving crazy. What's it done? Look, remember, I didn't even check over here, but what do we see on this candle right now? We see a rejection. Failed to break this area before, obviously broke through with this massive candle, and now we see a rejection off of this level. So it's continuing to buy. Personally, I'm not buying this price, even if it might go to that resistance. I'm not buying it. If you're a scalper, you might say, hey, I'm going to go down to a lower time frame and buy this. Like you can clearly see here. So if you drew that level out and you was on it, here's where your level of a buy, possible buy would have been. So we've been catching this sell, and you can see like where your possible level of a buy is, and you would have been able to catch 125 pips on a buy. People need to understand that you can trade like this. The only thing you're going to have when you trade like this, what's going to happen, people? You're going to win or you're going to lose. You can't win every trade. They might have just decided to sell it here. Like we was trying to catch the sell from here. They might have just decided to sell it and keep going all the way down, because that's a perfect looking head and shoulders. You see right here, left shoulder, this would have been a head. If they broke it, then it would have been another shoulder over here and a continuation. But it doesn't matter. You just have to either go for it or you don't. You know, just be simple with it. But what you don't need to do is over trade. Look for obvious setups. So when you might have waited all week just for price to do this, wait to get here and then took a trade. Yeah, just be patient. You don't need to trade 100 billion times, man. When you start making this money, you won't trade every day. You don't need to do that. So we go back over to the, we was on the daily time frame, isn't it? So we go back over to the daily time frame. Obviously on the daily time frame, it looks ridiculously small, but that's it. So now we can see where resistance level is. Yeah. Remember, we've got everything marked up here. Now I go over to my 4-hour time frame right now, see if I can see anything. So personally, for me, as it's looking, there's no point of me really stressing myself too much. I mean, I can do this here if I wanted to. This is the only thing. This is just me being extra right now. But personally, I'd be waiting for it to get to that weekly resistance. The way it's moving, it looks like it wants to go to that weekly resistance. But if you really wanted, maybe this is the only pair you trade and this is how you trade, I'm going to give you some source. Yeah. You want to go down further. You want to say, okay, yeah, cool. You know what? This is my 4-hour level of support right here. So you're waiting. If you're looking for a trade setup right now, and so far, based on this, let's do this. So right here, because so we can see it smaller. This is as far as you need to go. You don't need to go any further than this right now. So you go weekly, you know, so 4-hour resistance. Yeah, cool. So if you're looking at GJ, boom, what do we see? Boom, 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 boom. So right now, you're just hoping for it to respect this level. If it's not respecting this level here, then obviously it's going to break up and go where we expect it to go to, the weekly resistance. Yeah, for now. But if you're looking to catch a trade on it, maybe next week it wants to come in with, you know, the head and shoulders I'm talking about now, then you're waiting for price to do what? You want to see price most likely break this level here. And then, so you want to see something like this. So imagine it breaks this level here. As soon as it breaks this level, then realistically, you should just be getting in for a trade. I won't even lie to you. But if you're looking at how it might look something like this. And why I'm picking this out, I'll show you in a second. Let's just say it's there. And the reason why I'm looking at it like that is we can just see right here that there's a possible resistance level as price failed to break that level. And this is something I would call like a mid-level. Yeah. So it might do something like that. So if you're looking to get in this trade, you want it to ideally break through this level, because we can see this is a level of 4-hour support. So there's no point you look at, if you get in from here, you know, like for the sell, I take it this is what people are trying to do right now. You want to be careful. You need it to break structure. If it doesn't break structure, you don't want to be getting in this trade, because it's just it's gonna go to the moon, and more than likely it's trying to go to this weekly resistance area, if that's the, you know, their plan for the JPYs right now. So yeah, this is what you want to do. You want to see a 4-hour break right here, probably something like this. Boom, get in when it breaks this level, hold it, and then your stop loss has to be above this level here. And then you're looking for the trade to continue to go. Whether or not they do continue to go, guess what? You're going to win and lose trades. Just don't beat yourself up about it. It's no point. It's no point. So you got to stop trading with $100 expecting for it to grow. You need to start putting some real money in your account. If you want to make money, start throwing in $1,000 and trade with a 0.01. Start putting in $2,000 and trade with a 0.01. And guess what's going to happen? You have just opened up the massive amount of possibilities of you being able to win and lose trades. But if you're looking at this trade setup that I'm giving you right now, and you're trying to trade it with $100, trying to say, oh yeah, I'm going to be able to make probably, you know, $200 off this trade. If it drops all the way down, you're kidding yourself. Put some real money in your account, yeah? And then you can trade it off of 0.01. If you can't do that, you need to get yourself a prop account. And this is why I'm specifically teaching students right now to get prop accounts, and I'm working with them individually on them being able to grow their account. We've just had one person actually pass. Congratulations to man like Blaze. He's actually passed, whether it was the trades he's taken all throughout the mentorship or even ones on his own. What's actually helped him is the whole guidance of the mentorship to understand Forex better, risk management, all this type of stuff. So now he's actually managed to pass his funding account, and I believe he's going to be live trading on his funding account probably going into next week. So Again, there's going to be so many more coming through this year. And this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm literally focusing on having a team of traders that are going to be able to do this, because obviously they don't have a lot of capital to trade. How I'm explaining right now how you can actually trade. And too many people, remember, there's no indicators on this chart right now, people. I've given you no indicators. So no one can even say, oh, John, this is the paid indicator, or this is this, and this is that. No indicators, just price action. Simple price action. So that's what you're looking for anywhere for this level. So yeah, we're going to go to Euro GBP now. So I hope this answered the question for you. It's a very in-depth breakdown, but this is what I do. It's not possible for me to do this on YouTube because no one will pay attention. It won't. So this is why I do them in Zooms in the VIP service. I'll give you a full breakdown on the pairs, and I do this every single week for every pair we're looking at. We go through like 28 pairs. So sometimes Zooms are 1 to 2 hours long. It's not a joke. We get in it. So Euro GBP is the next one I'm going to go into. And hopefully that did answer your question. If you have any other questions, let me know. That's no problem, mate. We're here to win. We're here to grow. But what I can't tell anyone is you're going to grow in 1 month. I can tell you can grow in a year. Yeah, I can tell you that for sure. I haven't had one person that's come to me and stayed with me for a year and hasn't grown. That is a joke. But anybody that comes for a month or something like that, come on, man. I can't change your life in a month. I can't. I can't. I'm sorry. I'd love to, but I can't. I didn't change my own life in a month, so I can't change anybody else's life in a month. So even when people ask me about, oh, can you give me this service for a month for free as well? I'm like, it doesn't even make sense for me doing that, because we can just have a rubbish time in the service. Then what does that mean? But then the next 2 months are great. It doesn't mean anything. If you want to be in Forex, you need to put your money where your mouth is. You need to invest. You need to grow. It's that simple. It's not, what I'm teaching right now, I didn't learn this for free. I've had to use money, cash, moolah to learn all of this stuff. There's certain that I wanted to buy that new tracksuit. I wanted to go out on this place and this date. I couldn't do that. I had to suffer. Trust me, I'm telling you. I had to be real with people. Certain times I ain't cut my hair for 2 months, bruv. Cut my hair, bruv. I'm looking like a Yeti, fam. Come, I was out here on the grind. People are like, John, we don't see you no more. John, we don't see you. I'm like, I know. I'm like, boy, I'm just in these charts right now. I'm trying to change my life. So yeah, Euro GBP. Got to add a bit of banter with it. If you're from the UK, you've got to have banter, man. Yeah, so we can see straight away on Euro GBP. I don't actually trade this pair anymore. I don't like this pair because it doesn't have enough pips that it moves in one day. So I do not trade this pair anymore. And especially after the last trade, Jackie, you was right, by the way. Salute you, Jackie. When I won the trade, but then it started giving me a bunch of losers, and I was like, you know what? I should have just listened to Jackie. She was like, you don't trade this pair no more. I do not trade this pair because it just look at it from a monthly time frame. It just looks ridiculous. It just looks ridiculous. It's not a great pair to trade. Obviously, some people might have luck in it. Good luck to them. But I've had nothing but I've had much more losers than I've had winners on this pair. And it's because of the market. It just seems like it's forever ranging, personally. So, okay, here, I'll give it to you. It's already broken a monthly level of support, as we can see. So it's going into a downtrend right now. So here was a monthly level of support right here. There's no point even putting that there, but here was a monthly level of support anyway. Let's just do this so we make it clear. So here's another monthly level of support, and where's a monthly resistance on this pair? We might as well just put it all the way up here because we're in a range. So we'll just put it here. Boom, boom, boom. Put that there. Get that there. Get this here. Monthly resistance. I hope people understand my teaching style as well. Nah, you're not always wrong, Jackie. Trust me. Trust me. Everybody can be susceptible to mistakes, man. Doesn't matter who you are. It'll come for you. The market will humble you. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are. No matter how you trade, how good of a trader you think you are, the market will humble you. I say, yeah. All right, then. Let's see how you handle this next week, bad boy. It'll come for your bank account. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we can see a low level here, monthly support, monthly resistance. Then what do we do? People just go down to your weekly time frame, and we're looking for the same thing. So we can obviously see right now it's hanging close to this monthly resistance support. Sorry. Yeah, this weekly one. We have to see how price closes today. It could close below there, but let's just call it here for now. So we'll call it here. And we can see it's rejecting off of this level. Here's your weekly resistance right here. You can see this previously. Everything I'm drawing is not why the market is just there now. It's from previous market structure I'm using. and then a weekly resistance, just to make it easier for ourselves. We don't need to go that far up. You can even just see there's one right here. Just keep it simple. Weekly resistance. Thank you for everybody that is still here. Thank you for everyone that's joining in. Like I said, I'm giving off my Friday. You know, right now my son is chilling. I could be playing game with him, but I'm here trying to make sure that, you know, I'm teaching people, because I'm like, in the end of the day, I'm like, it's Friday. I know it will benefit people. I can just be like, whatever. But I'm like, you know what? Let me try and give out some information to people. So weekly resistance, weekly support. Boom, we'll go down to the daily time frame. And what are we looking for next? Looking for our daily support and resistance. What do we see here? Okay. Not too, I don't have to do too much, but we'll just do this. If you've already got a level of support and resistance from a higher time frame, you don't have to redraw on a daily time frame. Because if it's a weekly level, monthly, if it's a higher time frame level of support and resistance than the one you're on, a lower time frame, then it makes sense to keep it as the higher one, because then you know it's a stronger level of obviously support or resistance. Go to the 4-hour level. We look for 4-hour resistance. So this is a 4-hour, sorry, not 4-hour resistance, a daily resistance. My bad, people. Daily resistance right here. Cool. And then yeah, we just leave that there for now, and then we go down to our 4-hour time frame. And what would you be looking for here? The gentleman asked me, you know, said he's looking for a trade setup. So clearly, if anything, I can say right now, you are looking for a possible buy of this pair. The only way you're looking for a buy of this pair right now, you can catch it from this low level if you wanted to. But you're looking for a buy, you need to see a massive engulfing bullish candle off this level. So you're waiting for a nice bullish candle off of this level. And then ideally, we can see there's a wick here. So let's see how many pips this is from here, though. They're not too bad. You're looking for a swing trade anyway. So realistically, your stop loss needs to be below this level. If it does a massive and bullish candle, use bullish engulfing candle, you just need to take the trade. You just need to take the trade. You can't be thinking about 100 billion times. It's giving you an idea that it's going to possibly buy. You've got to take it, because there's no perfect way of you knowing, okay, this is the right time to buy. Like, you just literally got to take it. And the most I'm saying you're looking for is if it does give you a candle, and realistically you'd want it to, let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, let's go back to the 4-hour. Realistically, I mean, if you wanted to play it safe, you wanted it to break this level here, because then it's telling you it's a break and retest, just like I taught you on Gbp Jpy. Then you're seeing this, and then you're seeing this, and then you can catch the higher low continuation from this level over here. If you want to play it safe, that's how you want to look for a continuation on a buy on your GBP. If you want to play it a bit more, you know, risky, you want to get in, then you want to go straight away when it does a massive bullish 4-hour engulfing candle, and then your stop loss needs to be below this level here. And then you need to go for it, and then we just go here. Let's just say this is the 1-hour stop loss. Boom. And then let's go check our risk to reward on this trade. Long position. So this is 2 trades right now. Well, 3 trades I've technically given out. GBP, GU, GJ, and EGBP right now. So you're looking at that. Not the greatest trade. So this is why I personally wouldn't take it. You don't have to put your stop loss there. Don't get me wrong. Remember, I told you, stop loss doesn't have to be a value. It needs to be how much you're willing to lose. So don't look at it always as, oh yeah, just let me put it there. If you can only lose $20, but you can gain $80 off of this trade, let's just say, then it has to be $20 worth of value in your pips. Again, I'm going to say it so people can understand that I've just come into this Zoom. The reason why I'm saying this is because every single person has a different leverage on their account, 1 to 30, 1 to 50, 1 to 100, 1 to 1,000, 1 to 500, and everybody has a different account size. So it's no good me telling you all the time, just put your stop loss there, because I'm telling you what to lose. You need to only enter a trade on what you are willing to lose for the day. So you're not paranoid while you're in the trade thinking, is it going to buy? Is it going to sell? You know that if I lose this trade, guess what? I'm losing $10 today. Guess what? I'm losing $20 today. So therefore you can get on with your day. If it loses, you lose $20. But if it wins, then you can either make a break even, or you can make obviously a profit. So of course you want a minimum of a 2 risk to reward ratio. So really the stop loss can be here. Worst case scenario, stop loss could be here. But if you want to make it better for yourself in terms of giving yourself more chances to lose trades, you want a 3 to 1, 1 to 3. So you'd want about 47 pips stop loss, and then you want to have an overall target of this level up here. Why are these levels? Because we've already drawn these levels out from top-down analysis. So you're great in there. You know, you're fully great. Like, it's all done. So that's the trade you're looking at. You're looking at a buy trade if price holds this level and shows you a bullish candle. And also if it breaks out from this level and gives you a retest towards this level here for a continuation. If not, then more than anything, let's see what we're doing here. Yeah, we can actually do this. This was something I missed. So this is why this level is important. Look at this level already over here. So you see my eyes just trained to what I can see straight away. But then obviously, even if I look more, I'm just like, okay, yeah, cool. I see what I'm seeing here. There's a 4-hour level of support right there. So if it breaks this level, there's a 4-hour level of support right there. Boom. And you can catch this trade for a continuation. Forex is not hard, people. What is hard is the fact that people expect to win all the time. Just got to get that out of your mind. I'm telling you, sometimes you can do 7 trades in a row. Deal with it. That's the best way I can say it. Just deal with it. So yeah, that is that there. Any other questions for me, people? So that is so far I've given out GU, EG, and let me just mark these out so I can see, so I know what I'm doing when I do the thumbnail of the video. I'm just going to make this a blue color. EG, GU, and GJ. Yep. All right, cool. So what else have we got here? No problem at all. No problem. Hopefully that was insightful for you as well. Like I said, I try and make it the best way I can for everybody. It's nice, simple price action. This is what I'm teaching right now. All price action trading, no indicators. This is what you want to learn first, and you can throw on as many indicators as you want after. Okay. Any other questions you got for me, people? Anything else? Any other pairs you want me to look at? So far, like I said, I've done 3 pairs. What did you? Yeah, I've done 3 pairs so far. Let's go into gold anyway. While we wait, we will go into gold. Yep, I'm on gold right now. I know people are frothing from the mouth. They're like, gold. I want to sell gold. I need gold. John, I don't care about all of these pairs. What's my biggest loss? My biggest loss in one trade, probably about 5K. Yeah. GBP order was getting close to it. The last one I posted. I'm doing one-on-ones now. I've just mentioned it to somebody. I was trying to come up with a price and everything, and I thought, you know what, it'd be better for me to just literally just set one-on-ones for per hour, so it'd be easier for people. The main issue is because we're all in different, obviously, places in the world, time schedules are harder for people to stay within mentorship. So, you know, mentorship's better because obviously you get a month, but if you're not able to be that free, so obviously maybe you've got a busy schedule, you're in a problem where you miss the Zoom calls, you're not there with me, so you can't ask these types of questions. So I'm going to start doing another service. I'm mainly doing it for gold, but you know, if people want it for anything in terms of Forex, there'll be an hourly service people can just book me for. So the price I've set right now is 30 GBP per hour. So if anybody wants to book me for an hour, they can book me for 1 hour and I can give them this type of information, of course, from top down. If they got something specific, they might even have their own strategy. Doesn't matter, wherever they want when it comes to Forex, because I've done a lot. There's a lot in this head of mine, and that's what I do with anything I learn or I like. I will just absorb as much information as possible, and I teach myself, and then at the same time I can obviously teach people because I just absorb all the information I possibly can, and when I'm into something I get dedicated. So yeah, what was I going to do here? I was going to go over here and gold. Can't even remember why I went back into that group there now. But that was my biggest loss there, by the way. And I answered that question, and then I answered that question. So yeah, if you want to get one-on-one with me, anybody, just direct message me after this if you want to. And we can discuss whatever. It's no problem at all. Okay, so now we've got the gold from here. Again, I've managed to catch gold. This is people's biggest problem when it comes to gold. And all of this has been given out to everybody for free. Nothing is hidden here. The biggest problem people have is because they're trying to make daily money from gold. I've told them I'm looking at gold because it might get to this key level here and it could possibly sell. Then we saw it was either this one or one of these ones here anyway, and obviously we saw a pullback. Then it gave us like 2 trades here. Then it broke that level and went to this level up here. Then I told every single person on the day, clear as day, it was coming into London session. I said, listen, I'm looking to sell gold because I saw it tap this level and it started to pull back. I said, it's either going to break this level or it's going to sell. And then obviously, lucky enough for me, I'm not saying I was perfect. I'm a genie. I don't know the future. It sold, because guess what it can do, people? It can either buy or it can sell. There's nothing else it's going to do. So I took my chances on the fact it would sell. I was fully aware that I could lose this trade. But what does it matter? Over a period of time, I won't lose, 20 trades. I won't lose this amount of trades, etc. So that is the whole point of it. You just have to be able to enter trades, man. Don't be shy. Enter the trade, man. Enter the trade. Just enter the trade. Don't worry about it. Stop trying to think you're going to flip your whole account in one trade. No, you need to know that over the period of a year, your account can grow. Trying to think that you're going to grow an account in a week, in a month, it's just not realistic, man. It's just not realistic. Trust me. Don't do it to yourself, because the market can just be in a bad position and compared to your strategy. And then what? It's not you. You're not a bad person. You're a great person. You know what I mean? It's going to start messing with your psychology. You're going to start thinking the whole world's against you. Life isn't fair. Don't do that to yourself. And Forex will do that to you. Forex will put you in that place where your psychology starts going all out of whack. So again, off of this level here, nice clean sell. We go down to the weekly time frame. Then what do we see here? See a rejection. Obviously, it was a crazy time to probably try and get in here, even though it was a nice sell, because of the liquidity it left behind. Liquidity is wicks in the market. You see here. So I was already in from here, so I had the best possible position in case if it wanted to keep selling. And what I was doing is I was taking partial profits as it was selling. So even if it wanted to pull back, guess what? I wouldn't lose any money on this trade. I'm still in this trade as well by now. By the way, sorry. And I wouldn't lose anything. So then we go down to the daily time frame. We move here. Now this was probably a better setup for you. So when you've seen this rejection, then you've seen this candle on the daily time frame, then it might have been better for you to say, okay, let me try and attempt to get an entry in here. Again, your problem is that there was a liquidity here. So you had to bank on the fact it was going to sell here or not. Once you see setups like this, that probability of you losing is a lot higher. And this is why I don't trade it like that, because they'll just go and chase that liquidity if they wanted to. And I think this was gearing up to NFP week as well. So they could have chased it. It was all this stuff. So I wanted to get the best possible level of price action I could. And that's what happens with price. This is why they tell you to sell high and buy low. The reason they tell you is because you got to look at this, why they use Fibonacci levels. You got to look at price, in a way where it's like, you want to get the best deal for the trade you're in. And that's why they look at it in terms of the percentage on the Fibonacci levels. If you look at it like that, you don't want to be buying and selling from awkward levels on the Fibonacci. Realistically, you want to be trying to do it from the best levels, so you're getting the best value for the trade you're in. And that's how banks look at it. They look at it they want to get price when it's at the best value. This is why that you won't see banks just selling price from the middle of nowhere. They'll push it to a key level and then sell it, because that's the best value for the money that they're going to get. And when they buy it as well, this is why they do that. So again, we can see here, boom, it's selling down to this level here. This is a strong level here on a daily time frame. Yeah, it started to form here anyway. That's how everyone started to form here. Nice strong daily level right here. Daily support. And it's just managed to respect this level. So now you've got daily resistance here. So right now gold is in a range, and this is when I don't trade gold. I tell people all the time, when gold is doing stuff like this, I don't trade it, because it can either buy or it can sell, as you're seeing. Sell, buy, sell, buy. And of course you can scalp all of this on a lower time frame. And like I've said with the gold course, I'm gonna teach people how to do all of that stuff. Individually, I'll teach them how to do all of that. It's not an issue. So if you want to get into that gold thing, it's like I said, just book the 1 hour, 2 hours, free, book what you want. It's no problem. But obviously the more hours you book, the more information you're going to learn. We can't cram everything into 1 hour. It's just not possible. So yeah, we can see literally when it comes to me, the way I trade my swing trades, I don't trade here because it's pointless. I'm just going to be seeing too much buy, sells, buys and sells. I'm trying to give out trades to people in the general group, and more winning than losing when I'm giving them out. But of course, again, I don't prefer to trade that way. Is the best way to say it. I would rather wait to see it get to this level here and then look for a possible sell. So if anything, I'd be like, okay, when it gets to that level, I would do something like this. So when it gets to that level, maybe I see a rejection off of this level, then I'd either take it straight away with a very tight stop loss and then try and go back for this level, obviously down here. Realistically, I think they want to go for this level because there's liquidity left here in the wicks, but I'll try and take it to something like this. Or if not, if I have to wait, I'll wait for it to get to this level, do a rejection candle like you've seen here, like you see over there. Like you see right here, there's a rejection candle. So imagine my stop loss is just there, and then there's a rejection candle. Let's say I'd be in on this candle here, like that. And that's how I'll take the trade. So if you want to be a bit safer, wait for the rejection candle. But again, you have to bear in mind, the chances of you losing this trade is very high because there's a liquidity wick there. And what they do with liquidity is they go and chase liquidity. So when there's liquidity left behind, no one's aware of what I'm saying. Let's go to weekly time frame so you can see what I'm saying. Get rid of this. What do we see here? This is all of this was given out for free, this information, not nothing I'm trying to hide from anyone. There's a wick here. So I said that price is most likely going to cover this wick. And that's what happened. They gave us this sell, we caught this. And then I said, now you're in a danger zone because at any time they can go and grab this. And that's what they did. They grabbed it perfectly. But now they left another one. So what could we see at this possible level? We could see them doing this again. So everybody's going to try and get in their perfect sell from this level here, and then they're just going to smash your sell and go for this level. So you're scalping on a lower time frame, and you're emotional right now, let's say, because you're going to hold that trade. I've seen so many people's accounts where they've been holding it for 2 weeks negative on gold and stuff, and I'm like, no, don't do that to yourself. And they're just going to blow your account out of the water because they can go for here. And this time, if they go for this, they can break this high. I'm fully aware of that, even though I'm in a sell. They can go and break this one and create a new all-time high and then find a selling point from there. So realistically, if they break this level, I'm not going to be looking for a sell on gold anymore. I'm waiting for them to start forming new levels of market structure, because guess what, guys and girls, there's nothing over here for me to refer to. So I'm not going to go and like, again, some super genie that can predict the future. I can't predict that. I don't know. If they broke this level, if they break it, sorry, I've got to wait. I have got to wait for them to form market structure to say, oh, here's a new level where they could possibly sell it from. So right now, for me, gold is extremely unsafe. I wouldn't trade it. If you do want to try and find a trade, you're looking at 1997. You want to see if it fails from that level there. Completely up to you if you decide to take the trade. But me, I'm not in the trade. I'm not in it. I'm just waiting to see if it goes all the way back up here, and then I'll let it close me out, break even. And again, I'm in the other pairs. So that's gold for you right now, basically. You're waiting for it literally to get to 1997 and look for a possible sell trade. So it can either just reject off of there, as you see here. On the 4-hour chart, what happened? Boom, and a massive sell again. So you can see the same thing happening there. Hopefully that answers your question about gold. Right there. So 1997 is what you're waiting for. Set an alert there if you want to, or just before it. Anybody got any other questions? Any other questions for me? Here we go. Here's the Dow. So I've marked this one out already. If I'm lying, I'm flying, as I say. You can see here, look at what it's doing on this level of support. There's a weekly level of support for me. Boom, boom, boom. It's buying off of there. Nice and beautiful, man. Beautiful. So right now, it's still currently, it's going down. So it can break this level. But I'll be looking for any re-entries of a buy on this level here when I see a massive, probably 4-hour candle. So when I go down to 4-hour chart, it's probably a bit more messy on that level. Oh, sorry, I'm on a 4-hour. Yeah, there we go. So I'm looking for a nice rejection off of this level. I'll get in for a continuation of a buy. And then I've got all my TP levels to go back up towards as price action move. So this is what I'm looking on US 30. If I go over to NAS 100, it's similar to that. I don't think I've drawn it out though. Okay, I've had it from before. So I have to draw my levels on this though. But yeah, let's go over to here. Let's just do this quickly. Again, I always tell people it's better to buy the indices than sell it, because why do you really want to sell this? I'm not saying you can't make money off the sales on it, but you're a lot safer buying this than you ever are selling it. So if you struggle trading this, if you're good at trading sales, fine, trade it. But if you struggle trading the indices and you want to get into it, only look for buys. Don't look for sells, because just look at the monthly time frame. It just speaks for itself. There's no point trying to look for sales. So the only reason why it's selling right now is on the monthly time frame. There's liquidity over here. So it's trying to go back and cover this liquidity. This is why we're seeing the sells. It doesn't have to cover all of it, but it can cover a lot of it. And this is how they can technically take me out of my buy trade. So I'm probably going to be looking to close these trades soon based on whatever I mark out here. So if I go here, I can see right now, there is a monthly support over here. So we're going to just do this monthly support. I hope everybody's liking this price action right now. This is sauce I'm giving out here. Sauce. Okay, there we go. Mute mic. I just have to mute a microphone quickly. Cool. Monthly support. If anyone's got anything, let me see it. Yo. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much for applying. At least I know you're alive. You're alive. This is what it is. There's nothing much to do. I mean, it's like I said, it's Good Friday. The market's going to be closed. You might as well learn how to start doing some TA, man. If you really want to get this bread, you need to learn how to do your TA. You need to learn how to be on job. So it just is what it is. So we see a nice breakout of this level. That's fantastic. Cool. So let's go back up to the higher time frame, and then we've got a monthly resistance here. So of course, I've got many methods on top of this, how to be able to trade. And that's what I teach in my mentorship as well. No secret source. The bare backbones of what I'm teaching right here is what I'm teaching in mentorship as well. It's the only other thing is I'm like, okay, we can use this and this to help us try and figure out an entry. That's the most I'm doing. But other than that, and what I use is Neo gives us entries to this, basically these types of trades. So when we have these setups appearing, Neo's designed, that's the indicator that gives you Telegram alerts. It will give you the trade basically when these trades are appearing. So certain things like that, that's literally what I'm doing. It's not, I always tell people I'm not trying to hide something from anybody. Where we go, monthly resistance. People need to understand that what you learn from mentorship is not the fact that, oh yeah, there's some special something in there. What is in mentorship more than anything is it gets your mind right. That's what you're paying for. You're paying to get your mind right when it comes to the market, because you're coming from somebody that's had experience of losing as well X amount of money and making X amount of money. Do you understand? So that's what you're paying for. It's no problem at all. It's no problem at all. And too many people come into mentorship thinking that they, you know, it's or VIP, that I'm just there to try and make you money. Of course I want to make you money, but that's not really what you're investing into. You're investing into getting your mind in Forex, right? That's what a lot of people struggle with. Forex is, it's a buy and sell game. Remember that. It's not hard. But the hardest thing is people don't understand. One of the biggest is two things: is psychology and risk. And I'm telling you, risk management, people don't understand risk management. And to be a good risk management trader in Forex, if you've got a very good maths degree, you can actually probably make money in Forex quicker than a lot of other people. So you're a very good mathematician, you'll figure it out. But then again, even if you are, psychology can come for you. So you always have to bear that in mind as well. Okay, that's a monthly resistance. We don't have to draw that. Let's just go down to a daily chart. See what we see here. Daily. I'm gonna get rid of this here, even though I know that's there, so I can see. And here's a daily resistance right here, as we can see. This is why price. So imagine you drew this out already. This was your chance to get in on today's. I'll go back here. Look at that. So when you've seen price come here, boom, you've seen it reject off of this level several times. You can say, okay, boom, I'm going to put a sell in there, and then look at that beautiful sell. Stop worrying. You're going to lose trades. You're going to lose a lot of trades as well, people. You're going to lose a lot of trades. One thing I will tell you though, everybody that's in or doing all these challenge and prop accounts, the successful people, they've got like a 20, they've got the on average, I kid you not, people, they've got like a 30% win rate. So people are too fussed about 100% win rates and all this stuff. Yeah, you're joking yourself. Those people that are banking those huge money on these prop accounts, they're literally, their win rates are like 30%, man. It's very rare that you see people with like 50, 60% win rates. I kid you not. The majority of the proper, you know, 30K a month that they make on prop accounts and stuff, they've got like a 30% win rate. You don't need a crazy win rate. What you need to do is enter the trade. Stop being scared. Enter the trade. Know you're going to either win or lose the trade. It's not up to you. It's up to the banks. You've seen something, you take it. So yeah, boom, here, there's a daily one, monthly one. So right now, keeping this very simple, we're seeing that price can go down to this monthly support. So I'd expect price to go down to this monthly support, and then I'll be looking for a trade setup. Let's go to the 4 hour just to double make sure. All right, cool. So here, so it's either going to smash this level or respect this 4 hour level. And that's as simple as it is, literally. Don't overcomplicate it. Throw in whatever indicators you need after if you don't want to get in straight away. That's why I said I can do all of this in the VIP service, because I'll teach them this first, and then I'll be like, okay, yeah, we're going to do this. We can look at this. We can look at that. So now here you throw in whatever indicator. If you want to be more clever, then you don't just buy off of this level. You wait for your, I don't know, your MACD, your TDI, any trend indicator you might have to start going into an uptrend. And then you're like, okay, now I'm going to take this trade because I can see that the momentum or sentiment in the market is going up. Obviously, if you take trades straight off of this level, what are you doing? You're coming in off a straight downtrend. So if you do take it from there, you've got much more bearish pressure against you than you've got bullish. So you have to wait. So it's like when I started giving out, notice how I did give out these, but this was more risky, obviously trying to catch the buys from these levels on these pairs when I was giving them out. That's why you saw all of these continuous pullbacks. But then when I gave out the trade here, I gave out like 2 trades in this to everybody for free as well. What did we see here? There was a nice bullish momentum in the market. So the probability of this trade working was a lot higher than it working from down here, because obviously the market is starting to establish a trend. So it's a lot better for us. So again, I'm using that as a reference so you can understand if you're at these levels, then you wait for that to occur. Basically, wait for that. If you're too scared, you don't want to get in because the sell's too aggressive, then you look for these types of setups. So you can see how you could have even started to see nice levels in the market where you could have maneuvered around here just based on that. And for me, I'm looking for another buy entry. If I see a rejection off of here, my reason is because I have a trade open from here. So even if I lose money, I'm still up for my trade entry down here. This isn't my first entry. So that's why I can just enter off of this level as soon as I see a 4-hour candle basically form. And that's what I literally do. And then all of a sudden, if I'm right, guess what? Now I've got a stack entry. And remember, I've stacked here, taking the profit, stacked here, taking the profit. So if it comes here, I do the same thing. So the longer the wick in a specific direction. Yeah, most definitely. The longer the wick, they're going for that. But then you have to remember with liquidity as well, liquidity works both ways. And what I've taught my students is that if you see liquidity, just, pretty much don't take the trade. Long story short, that's what I say. There's other reasons I would say if you take the trade, I will leave that for VIP because it's only fair to do that. But if there is liquidity, if you're a beginner, just don't take the trade, man. It's just not worth it because there's a high probability that they're going to go and stop hunt towards that area. So you're going to enter the trade, as a retail trader, and you're thinking, why am I getting blown out? Why are they just selling? They're selling. But the retail traders, a lot of them don't tend to go up their time frames. This is why I'm teaching everyone like this in a basic level right now, so people can understand this. Again, trying to give out good source here. Go up your time frames. This is why they teach us to do this. And if you see wicks right beside where you're trying to take your trade, yeah, that's what they're going for. And that's where that wick is your account saying buy. So you have to be careful. So the bigger the liquidity, the more aggressive the move can be towards that said direction. This is one of the trades, just so people can understand it. So that's US 30 anyway. So I'm going to go into one other thing, and then I'm going to start asking some questions. And after that, I believe I have given out a lot of information here for people to be able to watch over the weekend, really digest in their mind, and of course, make decisions on how they want to trade going forward. So here is one reason. Look right here. So you can see I've already got it marked out. If I'm lying again, I'm lying. Which people, I try not to lie to you, man. I'm telling you the truth, man. I'm telling you the truth. I just want you to make money, man. When you make money and say, John, thank you, John. Here's a drink, John. Take this, man. Take it. Look, here's the liquidity here. So here's one of the trades that we was able to catch from the retest of a buy here. Yeah. But then the next time we tried to catch this trade, boom, what did they do this time? They tried to go for the liquidity. But this time, even though they didn't cover all the liquidity, I told traders, do not take the buy here because it's a trap. And then what did they do? They bought up again. This is a daily time frame. So imagine how long they tried to play you. Don't get me wrong, you could have made money here, but they stopped it in the middle of nowhere. That was random. It's too random, especially if there was a liquidity here. So what they did is they said, hey, yeah, no, boom, 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 and went all the way back down. And what did they do? Cleared all this liquidity. And then now what we're seeing, now we're seeing the market buying up. You see, after they cleared that. Now, for me, this trade personally wasn't still safe for me because I went to a higher time frame. I still saw there was more liquidity they're leaving behind. So all they did is do the same thing again on a higher time frame. So of course, this is gonna, it's gonna make your trading a bit different in terms of you could be right, you could be wrong. You could say I'm not going to take the trade, but then they could buy price 500 pips in your direction. It's up to you. It's not really, you can take it. But what I know from how I've traded, more times than anything, they go and chase liquidity, just like what I showed you over here. So I personally didn't take the trade, even though it's buying. I just didn't take it because at any given time, all they have to use is one news event or two, and boom, boom, and slam all the way back down. So you're in a trade there. smiling, and obviously they just take your stop loss out. So yeah, that's liquidity basically in a nutshell. You have to just look at it like that. Now, it's going to affect your trading in terms of entries. It's annoying, but it's there. And it's a pattern that the bankers leave behind. And if you're aware of it, you understand it. Look how huge this liquidity is. Look what they did. See? So yeah, that's that one there. So anyone got any other questions? I've given out a lot of information here. I feel like it's a nice roundup. Not too sure how long we've been in here for right now. It's all the higher time frames. It's always all the higher time frames, liquidity. Don't get yourself too wrapped up in liquidity, because they don't have to go for it exactly at the time you think they're going to go for it. They go for it whenever they want to. If they're close to the liquidity, as in it's right beside the support or resistance, and you're trying to take a trade off of those levels, then yes, they might go for it. If not, they don't have to. I kid you not. Like, here was the whole setup here, and this is another example of the same trade. I'm looking at this trade, I'm like, yep, this trade don't look safe, but because liquidity happens on every time frame. And they left the liquidity right here with news in the middle of the night Asian session for me. They left it right here. So this trade didn't deem to be safe to me, because already I know this is a massive liquidity zone down here. And I also know they left a wick here. So this is a double chance that they can stop hunt to this level. Now, they obviously stopped it here because of probably Good Friday, but they could come in again and bam, and at least clear this, because this is what they did on right here. Gbp USD. Go here and go here, and then where we go, look right here. So what did they do here? Remember what I told you about the Fed news at first? There was the liquidity they left with the Fed news, with the push up. They scared everybody, tried to make them sell. I told all my VIPs, hold the trade, hold the door. They held it. They tried again here as well. But look here. And then when did they clear that liquidity? Look, boom. So they used, this was a news event as well. I kid you not. This is what news is doing. People are too worried about what news is doing, all of this time. News is just grabbing liquidity. Soon as there's a high impact news, yep, let's use that let's use this news to go grab that liquidity. It's why I don't trade fundamentals. I only time I look at fundamentals is my chart is not moving. Then I'm like, hold on, obviously there's something they're waiting on. So then I'll start showing my VIPs that, oh, now they're probably waiting for one of these events to move the chart, because it's consolidating too much right now. That's the only time I look at fundamentals. Other than that, this is what they do with fundamentals. They just use the cover up of news to go and chase liquidity. So if they've left liquidity 200 pips the wrong way, they can use that news event to go grab it quickly to now correct price back the right way. That is what they use it for. Although it sounds crazy to say, and I'm not saying this in any type of bad way, where as soon as the news got released about the war, that was a perfect excuse for them to go and sell price. Now they've got all these price inflating, it's all going up and everything. Perfect. Of course it's going to sell because it's not good news, but that is a perfect excuse. So, okay, we don't know how much it needs to sell. Does it need to sell 25%, 50%? Well, guess what? So depending on the extensity of the news, yeah, now they can say, oh, you know what? We're going to sell price 75%, 100%. Think of it like a Fibonacci. And then now when we start to go to, obviously, this was one of the pairs we caught. So this was a Neo trade. Kid you not, our entry in this was ridiculous. You're not going to get these every day, but this is when I tell people this is how you make money in Forex. Stop thinking you're going to make money every day in Forex, yeah? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a stop loss. It's a stop hunt. That's what it is, liquidity. It's always a stop hunt. So now you can see straight away from here, boom. This was our entry. I guess you're not moving. This was our entry on Neo. Look at this trade. This is our entry on Neo and VIP. Look at that trade, 1,700 pips. Now, of course, I'm not a gassed individual. I'm not going to be like, yeah, people come join us. We're catching 1,700 pips. A liar will tell you that. A joker will tell you that. I know it was news that did that, but they were able to use news to make this drop 1,700 pips instead of 500 pips. 500 pips, yeah, Neo can easily catch you 500 pips. Trust me. But 1,700 pips. Nah, I didn't design the system to catch you 1,700 pips. That was news. And this is what they did. They used that to go and grab any liquidity that was underneath this area here. So we just marked this out. There was a whole bunch of liquidity here they needed to go and reach. Whatever reason they left that behind before, we don't know. It's up to them. But that's what they did. Simple. So, yeah, let me go see the question. Then the market moves more faster after grabbing liquidity. It doesn't have to move faster after grabbing liquidity. It can just go to liquidity and then it can move however it needs to and correct the price, or it can move extremely fast. Doesn't have to. That's what they decide to do after. And you don't want them to do that, because what you don't want them to do is move fast one way and move fast the other way, because guess what that leaves behind, people? Liquidity. So it's better for them to move it one way, slow down, and then move it the other way, because if not, you're just getting more liquidity. So it's making your trade more dangerous again. Yeah. Is it safe to take trades? In what sense? Like, let's say this was your trade right here. Boom. This was your trade right here. So this was the trade. Again, I didn't take this because of the liquidity, but this was your trade right here. Yeah. So you're saying if they left this liquidity, is it still safe to take these trades like this? Or is it better to not take the trade at all? Because for me to answer your question, I didn't take this trade because of the liquidity that was below here and the liquidity that was left behind here. So it depends on you as a trader. It depends on the probabilities you set up yourself from your data. What does your data show you, if that's what you're asking, basically? What does your data show you? Every time you take a liquidity trade or backtest it, how many times do you win? How many times do you lose? If you win enough times, then yeah, take the trade. If you lose too much, then don't take the trade. That's the best way to answer that question. No, remember, there's no specifics. There's no specifics in Forex. They will do something, but you can take a trade, but there's no specifics. Regardless if I tell you to take that trade or not, because it might appear like it's something that's fantastic to do, don't look at it like that. Look at it that you can still lose this trade. This is the whole point of what I try and teach nowadays. I try and tell people that there is no specifics. There's no way you can directly say when they do this, that, and then take the trade. Anybody that tells you that, they're pretty much lying to you. They're going to probably try and tell you that to sell stuff to you. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why I said, when you come here, I'm going to give you the real. It's not happening like that, man. Remember, from the offset, we don't know what they're going to do next. So even us trying to figure out if it's better to do that, what I can tell you is that the probability of you losing a trade, if there's liquidity, is higher. And now if there isn't liquidity, the probability is less. But what I can't tell you is that it's a guaranteed way to trade. I hope you understand what I'm saying when I'm explaining that. I don't specifically have a favorite pair. I trade all of them. I trade 28 pairs because I'm a swing trader. I trade all of them. Trade with probabilities, people. It will change your life. I'm telling you. It will change your life. Probabilities is, if I take 100 trades, 200 trades, am I going to be net positive, or am I going to be net? Am I going to be in a loss, basically? That's all you need to care about. Forget everything else. This is why I'm teaching you price action right now. There's no point me teaching you a special strategy. I'm not going to be doing it much more on my YouTube. There's more than 1 million indicator strategies. Only really beginners come to my YouTube and look for indicator strategies. You don't need that. This is why when you've got neon trades, it just tells you buy the trade now. I'll teach you all of this and more in mentorship, but I don't need to teach you how to use 25 different indicators. It's pointless. Pointless. Yeah, no problem, mate. You can ask the question about support and resistance. The more questions, the better. We're here. It's here for everyone to learn. Someone might watch this video randomly from wherever in the world and, oh my God, I was looking for that question. Do you get what I mean? So if people got questions, answer your questions, because we're coming to the end of the Zoom soon. So like I said, don't be shy. I don't do these every week. I do not do them every week. Of course, if I've got time, like I said, it was a nice chill time for me. I'm just like, you know what? Let me drop some game, man. Let me drop some game. I was going to do a YouTube video as well. And I said, yeah, it makes sense for me to just do this so people can see a proper YouTube video of how I am. Not thinking I'm some guy that's just like, oh, buy here, sell there, using predicted charts, and everyone probably thinking, yeah, does it work? You know what I mean? Let's go to GU. When does price break a support and resistance line? Is the body of the candle? It's the body of the candle, by the way. It's the body. Wicks are okay to say this is the overall level it went to, but then it's the body of the candle that actually breaks price. You want to see the body break that place, basically. And when you want to see breaks of structure, I would say it can happen on any time frame, really, but the better time frames are higher time frames. So you can use a 15-minute chart, but that could just be a wick on a 1 hour. Personally, I tend to use 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, and obviously weekly, monthly. That's the best thing I say. I do not scalp gold every single day. If people do want to learn how to scalp gold, like I said, I'm going to start teaching people now. It's 30 GBP per hour, so you can book that and I'll teach you all day long. Main reason I don't teach people how to scalp gold every day, and I want to do it specifically for people, is because too many people blow their accounts trading gold. Like, they blow the hell out of their accounts. They lose too much money, man. And it's one of those things that you need to be clued up on what you're doing. They expected me to tell them, oh, 1, 2, 3, buy. But look at this Zoom here. Like I said, I can't teach people what I've just done in this Zoom on YouTube every day. I guarantee, even this video, I'll be shocked if I get 1,000 views on this video, because most people don't understand. I'm giving out more source than any of my videos in this one video. But then you're only going to have people watch like X amount of time of it. And I'm just like, bruv, what are you waiting on? Like, what do you want me to teach you? Press one button and buy, and you're going to make money all day. Doesn't make sense. So I don't teach people to scalp gold like that, because too many people are relying on 1, 2 lines, and then all of a sudden they're going to make so much money. It's not going to happen like that every day. And I don't trade it every single day because it's just too much stress, man. It's too much stress. Remember, Forex is a mad psychological game. So you need to know for yourself how often you want to push your psychology to certain levels. And if you keep pushing it to the wrong levels, you're going to have a negative feeling about when you enter trades. The more and more you lose trades, everybody can answer this question here. The more and more you lose trades in Forex, you feel crap, you feel rubbish. So why are you going to put yourself in a constant position of possibly losing trades continuously? So I've said to myself, I don't like that feeling, because remember, we've got to reflect on ourselves when it comes to losing trades. I don't like that feeling. I want to be in a feeling where I don't just lose trades 10 times in a day. I'd rather lose 1 trade every 2 days or every week if I have to, in terms of gold. That way I'm not going to feel so defeated. That way I can see a clear picture of probably what went wrong. But if I'm taking 50 trades on gold, how am I going to know what went wrong where? I was just buying and selling everywhere. Long story short, let's just be honest. And that's why personally, I don't scalp gold. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm really not saying that, but that's why I don't do it. Because for me, I found a perfect way for me to make enough money from trading swing trades. Long story short, I've just literally said, oh, wow, I can make money this, and I don't have to watch the charts all day. If it wasn't for the fact of me teaching people, I kid you not, I'd be literally only trading my level 3 Neo trades. It's only because I've got a whole bunch of people that need to actually see trades appearing. But level 3 Neo trades probably appear 5 a month, and then some months they might only appear 2 or 3. I can trade that way, because if I just trade that way and then I put a certain amount of leverage on that trade, I'm going to make money. If I make even $1,000 waiting for 2 or 3 trades in a month, I'm not stressed. Do you get where I'm coming from? It comes down to an individual. And that's what happens with Forex. You don't need to make it. It's down to you as an individual what you want to do. That's that. So that answers basically your question on that one. I can see you, but your line on the, I can see you, but the line on the body of the candle. So what do you mean by that? I can see you, but the line on the body of the candle. I'm not too sure. If price closes below or above the line, does it mean it broke? Okay, let me show you this then, if that's what you mean. So here you go. This is a clear one right here. Look at this candle. This broke structure. So this is a 4-hour candle that broke structure, because the structure line was here, because obviously we saw there was other levels here. The market, even the Fed news couldn't break this level of support. Remember that. But this candle did, with maybe news or whatever. So we can clearly see this is a strong level. Here again, this didn't break structure. 4-hour candle failed to break structure. Didn't break structure. Yeah, they did break structure on this line though. Now, when it came to this trade here, when did this officially break structure? Right here. The body of this candle right here broke structure. Therefore, what happened after, we had price selling. So if you wanted to now try and figure out, let's just say, if you're going for it, personally, I wouldn't have done it, because I try not to, you're not selling at the best value for your money. But there you go. There was a trade right there. So as soon as that trade broke structure, you might have traded here. Some people do. I'm not saying you can't. Some people did, and they traded it back down to the low for like 50 pips. They might have tried to do that. But personally, I don't trade like that, because like I said, I'd rather wait for my setup. It's down to the individuals. And when you're trading like this all the time, you got to understand, the more you try and find all of these quick, easy, yeah, I can make money, the much more you're going to be at the chart, and the much more times you're going to lose trades. I kid you not, people. I'm not saying you're not going to make money in the long run from doing it, but you have to make sure your psychology is ready to lose 8 trades in a row. Because the idea of you trading like this is you're supposed to put a tight stop loss and enter as many trades as possible. But if you've got a 1 to 4, a 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio, you can lose 4 trades in a row and still catch the fifth trade and be positive. Do you get where I'm coming from? So again, for me, it's not the idea of how I want to trade. So I don't trade like that. I'd rather wait for this to go down, touch this level, break out, find the resistance, and catch the trade, win or lose, because it's just easier for me to see the picture at hand. That's literally how I trade. My main bread and butter is break and retest, and that's why I set up Neo, the indicator, like that. Literally finds when the market does a breakout, scans it all, sees when it does a retest of an area, scans a whole bunch of other different things as well. Put in there, I've got loads of different filters in there. One of them is a news filter as well, and then it literally gives me a saying, boom, here's a trade setup. So when it finds a breakout again from a key level, it will give me a trade setup, and that's what goes out to all the VIP students. That's in Neo. So hopefully that's that question. So yeah, hopefully I answered that question of a candle structure breaking, candle body breaking structure. Yeah, no problem at all. All right then, people. So if you've got no other questions, I will leave it there. I had an idea. Yeah, no problem at all. No problem at all. Like I said, there's many different ways to trade. I just trade the way I like to trade because it gives me the flexibility of being able to do other things in life and stuff like that. But trust me, I'm going to say this as one last thing. Do not try and make money every day from Forex. You will lose more money than you ever make. Do not do that to yourself. I've gone through many hours of chart data, and there's only, even if you're scalping, because I came from scalping to swing trading, there's only at least 2 to 3 good setups in a week. Don't do it to yourself. Like, don't do it to yourself. I'm telling you, you're just gonna give yourself 5 days of stress. Don't do it to yourself. Don't try and trade every single day. It just doesn't make sense. Look for the better setups and then you try and take your trade. So, and most times there's only 2 or 3 a week. Even people that, like I say, on all these prop accounts, they're not trading every single day. They're looking for high probability setups, so they have to be patient and then they take a trade. What too many people do is they come from a 9-to-5 job and they think Forex is like a 9-to-5 job. The market's not designed to be a 9-to-5 workplace. The big institutions that move price are not trading price like 9-to-5 workplace people. They're not doing that. They're shifting huge numbers and they swing trade. So they're literally trading off the monthly time frame, looking at maybe a weekly for any type of analysis and entering on a daily time frame. The people with the real money, that's what they're doing. They're not doing all this other smaller stuff. So don't try and trade every single day. Like, I'm not saying you can't scalp, but even if you are scalping, look for the best setups in scalping. So like I said, this is not a good setup that you see the market break down here and then you want to take the trade back down to this heavy level of support, as you can clearly see. You don't want to do that. It would have been better for you to catch a sell from like here down to that level. Do you get it? Based on the fact there might be resistance here. So, or you saw this break and then you was in from this candle, you tried to take the sell. That would be better for you to do. We could at least then you're in a better value of your trade in the sell if you was going to do that. But yeah. All right, people. Any other questions? Anything else? Anything else? No problem at all. No problem. If you want to get more source, get into that mentorship, man. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, because I do this at least 3 to 5 times a week. Most times it's free, but sometimes I do it 4 times a week, whatever. So you're gonna get this pretty much every week, 3 times a week, recorded Zooms. So the mentorship will obviously help you. And then obviously we trade the same pairs together as well. So you're literally in the same pairs as me, win or lose, literally. If you don't. No problem. So let me just see this last question. It says that if you don't get, that's no problem, mate. If you don't get enough clarity from running time frames, then you should always look at higher time frames. Yeah, always trade from your higher time frames and then go down to your lower time frames if you're looking for an entry. But if the wick, it's because that's why liquidity is a funny thing. Liquidity is getting left all over the chart. I get what you're saying. And you don't want to stress yourself basically with too much liquidity. because they don't have to go for every single said liquidity. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You want to be in a position where you're like, okay, this is a huge liquidity. I don't want to take this trade. But if there's like little liquidity beside somewhere, then, you know, your stop loss, don't be scared of drawdown. Not every single trade you're going to get into is going to go into profit straight away. So realistically, remember, I've taught you how to swing trade technically. I haven't taught you how to scalp in this. So if you're trying to figure out how to scalp, I haven't taught you how to do that. If you do want to figure out how to scalp, like I said, it's probably better you go into the, you book a session with me. It'll probably be better, because I'd have to go more in depth into how you're going to be able to scalp everything. If that's what you're referring to, it's the best way for me to just cut that whole question quicker. If you're looking to swing trade, I've just given it to you there. The best way for you to swing trade is wait for it to get to a key level, wait for a break, wait for a retest, use your 4-hour engulfing candle, and that's a good enough sign for you to enter a trade, win or lose. You're not going to win every trade, but over a period of time you will, and that way you don't even have to stress yourself. But yeah, like I said, for scalping, it's probably better getting that, because I've got to, you got to get more intricate when it comes with scalping, man. You really do. You can't be lethargic or lazy, let's say, is the way with scalping, because you lose money, man. And the whole idea of scalping is you need to be putting heavy leverage in your trade. There's no point scalping realistically with 0.01s. I can't lie to you, it's pointless. Really, actually pointless. You're not really going to grow an account like that. Cool. All right, then I'll leave it there. Anybody that wants to hit me up in the direct message or in the Discord. I'm here for you. Even if you've got some general questions about my YouTube videos and stuff like that, you can hit me up in the general section. This will be up by tomorrow on YouTube as well, for anyone that's missed it. And yeah, we'll get on with it, man. We'll get on with it. Let's catch these pips next week, hopefully so. And if you're interested in the services, hit me up as well. Like I said, trying to get people prop firm funded, trying to make you that money, man, for the year. But it's a 12-week course, the prop firm thing, so it's going to be like 12 weeks worth of mentorship. It's better for you to be in. I can't promise that I'm going to make anyone funded in 1 month. We could just have a bad month, and that's just the way it goes. You could have bad 2 months, can't lie to you. Just how it goes, man. I ain't gonna lie to anybody. You're investing into my time and me being able to teach you all this stuff, not on the promise that I'm going to make you money. That's the honest truth. So the mentorship versus funding mentorship. No, they're the same thing. It's the same thing. That's what I'm teaching now. It's just one thing. If that does confuse anybody, it's the same as that thing. So VIP service is literally me teaching you what I'm teaching you here, but with obviously any other methods I use during the course of the day to find trades. Yeah. And of course, all the trades, I literally got something called the circle of pips. So we look at pairs, they're tagged, and I tag them with 3 different color codes. And then we'll have them like light blue tagged, I'd have them purple tagged, I'd have them navy blue tagged. And I'll be like, anything that's purple, it's on your marks. And then the second one will be get set. So that'll be a certain color. And then go is this color. So that means we're in the trade this week. But if it's another color, it might be like, we're looking for the trade entry is most likely going to come this week or next week. And then the purple color, which is literally my chill back color, means the trade could come in the next 2 weeks. And I call it the circle of pips. So we just look at that. And literally, it's just a circle. People don't understand. Once you get into your flow, especially when you're swing trading, this is why once I started swing trading, I was like, bro, people need to understand you don't need to scout, bro. I'm telling you. Once you get into the flow, you realize, and it's just so, the tranquility is unreal. It literally is just a circle. Price is going to be at a point, it's going to sell. Price is going to be at a point, it's going to buy. And you just keep going in a circle with the pairs like that, literally throughout the year and the next year and the next year. And you start to realize you can do this with a lot of pairs. So we trade all of the currency pairs, basically. I've even started throwing indices in there, and so not indices, exotics in there as well, and so on. So yeah, that's what we do. So the VIP is exactly the same. And like I said, and we use the circle of pips in hopes to be able to get us obviously passed on these funded accounts. If you do take other trades, it's fine, because you've got a stop loss limit that I personally will work out a risk sheet with you, which I've got my own risk sheet, which I'll show people. So I actually created this risk sheet for the students. So actually got this one here. And shows all the different accounts. This is what I created specifically for the students. And then this works out how many positions you can take in a day. This is still a work in progress. And basically it's got how many trades you can take up to altogether. And then whatever you've got basically in stop loss and you haven't used for the day, you move over to another day basically. So let's say you've only got $30 in stop loss today, then you can move and you can use 50, then you move over that 20 to the next day and it's carried over for you. And then you do all of that. So then you know how much you're able to trade per day with me, you're never going to blow your risk basically on your account in terms of your funded account. You will only blow if you go ridiculous on your account. My main is risk management. You need to join mentorship, man. You need to join it. I'm telling you, you got too many people are trying to fund their account, trying to make money from Forex, but don't know how to trade Forex. One thing I always say is I can't promise you that you're going to make thousands of money, but I guarantee you your aspect on trading, that's what you're paying for. It's going to change. I can't promise you a market that's not designed for us to know everything it's going to do. It's not possible. But I can tell you this, you will learn a lot more and you will trade a lot different. That's 100% sure. You'll be like, oh, okay, I see. Let me chill. Let me chill. So yeah, you just join up. The mentorship one, don't worry about that. Just go to the Neo indicator one. That's the one you need to check. So because the mentorship one's going to go away. But even if you message me, I'll tell you that anyway. But yeah, that's what we do. That is what we do, people. I'm going to close that section so people don't get confused as well. I'll close it. Yeah, that's what we do, man. Aim. Like I said, there's already one person that's passed. My aim is to get other people passed. You'll see the risk management I've been teaching people lately. Boy, I'm telling you, it'll literally flip your whole mind, even to your live accounts. It'll flip your mind. You'll just be like, whoa, okay, I see it. So if anyone's interested in that, they need to get into that because it's a huge problem people have. And it's just like what I told you about stop loss levels. Even the services you're in, signal services, you're not losing in them services because they're rubbish. You're probably losing because you don't understand risk management. And they're not teaching you that because obviously it's not their job to teach you that if you've paid for signals and you haven't paid to get, risk management, long story short. Yeah. That's basically it. And that's why I made it where you get the Zoom call. So you don't just get alerts from Neo, you actually get taught a whole bunch of Forex stuff as well. So then you're getting trade sales, but you're actually getting taught Forex more importantly. Cool. All right, then, people. We'll definitely leave it there now. So I'll see you later and hit me up if you need anything. Peace, peace, peace.